Don't buy the DJI Mavic 3 Classic. Or at least, don't buy it until you see the real, honest problems nobody's talking about. But here's what surprised me. This drone with its legendary Hasselblad camera and 46-minute flight time is also packed with frustrating, expensive quirks. Therefore, stick around because this review might save you $2,000 and a massive headache. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's be brutally honest. You're here because every other review is just breathtaking B-roll and specs read from the box. It's like watching a commercial made by DJI's marketing team. I get it. The specs are intoxicating. A 4.3 CMOS Hasselblad camera. That's the sensor size from a real camera, now flying. Omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. A 15-kilometer transmission range. It sounds like the perfect creative tool. But what happens when the marketing meets reality? Therefore, I flew this thing for months, and I'm not just going to show you the epic shots. I'm going to show you the agony. The moments where this expensive piece of tech made me want to throw my controller like a frisbee. And we're starting with the biggest bait-and switch in drone history. The first massive problem is the gimbal. It's a masterpiece of engineering until it isn't. This Hasselblad camera is suspended on a beautifully smooth 3-axis gimbal. The footage is buttery, but here's the interjection you need. It's also horrifyingly exposed. There are 0 physical gimbal guards. You get a little plastic clamp for travel, but during takeoff, landing, or any clumsy moment, that camera module is naked. One errant twig, one slightly uneven landing, and you're looking at a repair bill that'll make your eyes water. It's like buying a Ferrari and discovering the windshield isn't included. You're paying for a premium, fragile experience. Therefore, your pre-flight checklist just got 10 steps longer, and your stress level just doubled. Now, let's talk about that omnidirectional obstacle sensing with APAS 5.0. DJI says it can detect objects in all directions, but the keyword they bury in the fine print is detect. It doesn't always avoid, especially in complex environments like trees with thin branches. I've had it confidently sense a tree trunk, then sail gracefully into a spider web of small branches it completely ignored. The system is incredible for large, obvious obstacles, but it has the spatial awareness of a teenager with their first smartphone when things get intricate. Therefore, you cannot, under any circumstances, blindly trust it. This isn't a self-flying camera. It's a very advanced tool that still requires a vigilant pilot. And that leads us to our first joke. Flying this drone near trees is like trusting a cat to watch your goldfish. The intentions might be good, but the outcome is predictable and messy. Problem number 3 is the price of admission. At $2,000, this isn't just a purchase. It's an investment. But the drone and the slick DJI RC controller with the built-in screen are just the start. Want the Fly More kit with extra batteries, a charger, and a bag? That's another chunk of change. Need ND filters for that cinematic video? Add that to the cart. And heaven forbid you crash. DJI Care Refresh is practically a mandatory insurance policy. Without it, you're one return to home, malfunction away from financial despair. Therefore, the real cost of entry is easily $500 to $1,000 above that tempting $1,999 price tag. It's the drone equivalent of buying a cheap printer and then discovering the ink costs more than the machine. Let's dive into the camera, the main reason anyone buys this. The Hasselblad color science is stunning. The dynamic range from that 4.3 sensor is a game changer for aerial photography. You can pull details from shadows and highlights that smaller sensor drones simply lose. But, and this is a huge but, the video codec and features feel artificially limited. Active Track, their stellar subject following mode, is disabled at resolutions above 4K or frame rates over 60 FPS. So if you want to shoot 5.1K for the extra detail, you lose one of the drone's smartest piloting aids. It's a baffling software limitation that feels like it's there to protect the more expensive Mavic 3 Pro. Therefore, you're not getting the full, unbridled power of the hardware. It's like having a sports car that's governor limited unless you pay for the premium fuel subscription. Battery life. They advertise 46 minutes. In a perfect, windless lab at sea level maybe. In the real world, with some wind, camera movement, and a sensible safety buffer to return home with 20% power, you're looking at 25 to 30 minutes of usable flight time. Still excellent, but don't plan a 45-minute cinematic masterpiece on a single charge. The joke here is that DJI's flight time claims are like a fisherman telling you about the one that got away. The story is always about the ideal, never the reality you actually experience. The DJI RC controller with the built-in bright screen is fantastic. No more fumbling with your phone, battling sunlight, or notification interruptions. It's a seamless experience. But this integration is also a trap. If that screen dies or has an issue, you can't just swap in your phone. You're sending the whole controller in for repair. It's a classic all-in-one versus modular debate, and DJI has chosen the path that locks you into their ecosystem. Therefore, your convenience comes with a side of potential future hassle. Then there's the FAA remote ID compliance. It's built in, which is good for future-proofing. But this also means your flights are more identifiable. For recreational flyers who cherish anonymity, it's a point of contention. The drone is broadcasting its location, and while it's for safety, it changes the feeling of the hobby. It's like going for a walk but having to carry a government-issued tracking beacon. Not a technical flaw, but a philosophical problem for some. So, after all these problems, is the DJI Mavic 3 Classic still worth it? That's the resolution we need. Therefore, here's the honest truth. For a professional or a serious enthusiast who needs that large sensor image quality above all else, the problems become annoying hurdles, not deal breakers. The image is that good. It justifies the cost and the fragility. You learn to baby the gimbal, you fly carefully despite APAS, and you budget for the extras. But for a hobbyist or someone upgrading from a mini-series, this drone might be overkill and overstress. The financial risk and the constant fear of a four-figure paperweight are real. It's the difference between a chef buying a professional Japanese knife and a home cook buying one. Both can use it, but only one truly needs it and is prepared for the maintenance. The final joke: owning a Mavic 3 Classic is like dating a supermodel. It's breathtaking and impressive, but it's high maintenance, expensive, and one wrong move can lead to catastrophic, tearful consequences. Therefore, should you buy it? If you're a pixel-peeping perfectionist who views drones as a camera first and a toy second, and you have the budget for the ecosystem and insurance, then yes. The image quality is its saving grace. But if you're looking for a carefree, worry-free flying experience to capture family vacations or just have fun, there are better, cheaper, more durable options that won't keep you up at night. I've given you the problems nobody else will. I've saved you from the hype. Now, if you've weighed the cons and still want that legendary Hasselblad image quality in the air, do yourself a favor. Don't pay full price. Click the link in the description below to check the current best price on Amazon. That affiliate link helps support this channel and costs you nothing extra, and it might just save you enough for that essential fly more kit. Thanks for watching this honest review. Now go out, fly safe, and for the love of all that's holy, watch out for those tree branches.